Go. And we are live. Good morning, good morning, good morning, South Florida. And hello, world. I am Robert Henderson Jr., the president, founder, CEO of the Henderson Financial Group, located here in Miami Lakes, Florida. And we're a full service financial planning firm. We have clients all over the world, when I say all over the world, we got clients not only in all 50 states of the United States of America, but we got them out of America, out of the country. And joining me here live here is my brother from another mother, the one and only, the living legend, Mr. James T. Thomas. How you doing, brother?
Sunshine, blue skies, but it's not Florida, dog.
You make it work, bro. Man, you make
Rob,
it work.
technology says, hey, I don't want to get hooked up with them, but sometimes I have to hook them up so that I can get the hook up. So anyway,
Yeah.
technology says that I can find a way. And Rob, I'm loving it. Every day gets better and better. And of course, so man, always good to join you. And for those people that are listening, hey, we encourage you again, check in on the comment section, check in the chat. And man, we are days away from participation, that for those of you who have not asked questions, answer questions, don't feel bad when you spend time listening to others who are asking questions and who are getting the information that Rob has been given. We are working on a new level, and we're fighting a new devil.
Wow. You said we fighting a new devil?
Rob. But hey, everywhere we go, there he is. But hey, Rob, we expect that.
Yes, yes.
Hey, man, come on. Uh, the enemy, evil does exist, but it doesn't win.
What about the
That's all
people
I can say.
But what about the people who don't believe what you're saying, James? They feel that's hocus pocus, man. They feel like, man, that don't involve them. You know what I mean?
Rob, wait for it. That's all I can tell you. Hey, wait, after a while, you'll say, has this world lost its mind? No, it's not the world. Don't blame it on the world, because he who created the world created good. He just happened to put some people in it
Hey,
that aren't so
and
good.
hey, in other words, just because you can't see it
Woo.
does
Rob,
not mean that it doesn't exist.
come on, bro,
You
Rob,
know,
Rob.
you know, when you think about that, that's pretty deep when you meditate on that. Just because you can't see something
Mm-hmm. Doesn't mean
doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
it exists, Rob. I had a lunch with a gentleman yesterday, a former dean. Oh man, and going to bring some great guests for us, Rob. I mean, I don't know if many will recall the bishop that married. Uh, oh my God, what's the actress, and of course the royalty of Britain, and then they came to America. But he's a black bishop, and one of the first, of course. And there's a big happening that's coming, uh, and the group that's I don't know if I should say this because it might be, but anyway, we're gonna have some special people on, and some great things are being done, because Rob, as much as we can see and hear things that don't please us, it, like as you just said, there are things that are great that are happening that does please us, but it does not get the visibility or the promotion that we would love for it to get. So guess what? God called us.
Yes.
and we'll be able to share that information and put it out there. And I'm excited. I'm excited about what the next few weeks, months, year is like it's going to bring, because all this that's happening around us, man, you can't get caught up in that, because if you just simply believe that everything is bad, then who are we?
Yes.
Even if we must be the good during the bad times, then we have to be the good during the bad times. What's
Perception,
on your
right?
What's up? Yeah,
Perception.
brother.
Perception.
Hey,
Perception.
come on.
I mean,
So
it's
what are
all
we
about
talking about
perception.
today, Mr. Henderson?
Well, we're going to be talking about setting goals,
Mm,
setting the importance of setting goals and really having a conversation with the people about setting goals and doing financial planning and why is it necessary? Why is it necessary? And how to go about doing it. James, I am constantly, getting phone calls, from people that say, they want to retire. And and when you say you want to retire, for some reason, our perception has been manipulated on this thing called retirement. And people think that retirement is age based. I want to say it again. Most people have been programmed, or their perception has been to the point where most of us think that retirement is age based. Now, retirement is not age based. Retirement in reality is income based. Can you afford to retire? But see, they haven't taught us that. The perception of how we have been made to believe is that when you get to a certain age, it's time to retire. Now, does that make any sense, James? You muted. Somehow you muted, James. Somehow you muted. Yeah, you're still muted. I still see a.
Okay, all right.
Now I see you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Rob. I think that when you're in quote unquote what we call the job mentality, you know, that's the goal. But in reality, look at what we're finding out with people who thought they quote unquote had the job. Because remember, when someone gives you a job, they can also take back the job. And if you've had a job for the what I think there's is people still talking about 20-year retirement, or what is it now? Um, what's the go?
Age.
What's the, yeah?
Well, people say age 65. They want to
Yeah.
retire at age 65, but you guys, a lot of young people say they want to retire at age 50 or 55.
So Rob, and strange you would even say this, because this morning a part of my study was how quote unquote people who think that they can retire are broke. And when I say broke, as you said, they don't have any. How can you retire and you don't have the money to retire, but you're dependent upon what, quote unquote, your company has saved up for you rather than what you have saved up for yourself or invested and did those things that you should do. And Rob, we have drilled this about, I can't imagine a person thinking about not just retiring. I can't imagine a person thinking about living without a budget,
Yes.
without spending less than you earn, and without investing that you save. I mean, just those three little. It sounds like simple things, man.
Yep.
But Rob, simple things that smart people aren't doing.
Millions and millions of people aren't doing. So, when you like I said, the perception that we have been led to believe is retirement is age based. A lot of
Mhm.
people feel that when they get to a certain age, they should retire, whether they're 62 or 65 or even 70 years old. But I have to tell you, in terms of reality, when in the real world, not just perception, but in the real world, retirement is income based. And all of us have different incomes, and all of us have different needs, and all of us have different wants, and all of us have different standards of living. So each of us, when it comes to retirement, we have a certain time and a certain number that we have to reach. And before the time, we have a certain number, because your number is different from the next person's number. Your number and how much you need in order to live the way you want to live is totally different from your coworker's number. It's totally different from your cousin's worker. You know, I'm 67 years old. You know, in the last 10 years, so many people have asked me, Robert, when you going to retire?
Rob, I was waiting to say, see, define retirement for the average person, because I don't think people even think when they talk about retiring, they're still not describing what is retirement to them.
Right,
Because most first thing comes into mind, I'm gonna stop work. I mean,
right.
okay, but wait. That the first thought that comes in when I hear people talking about retiring, I'm gonna stop work.
That's right.
But my question then is, and do what?
They don't go that, most time people don't go that far. They just, retirement means to stop work for most people. The average person, retirement means to stop working. That's it. Stop working for the man, stop working for the company, stop working for the woman, whatever, whoever. Stop working, stop performing, your job or duties you've been doing, for 10, 15, 20, 30 years, to stop. And that's how we have been shaped and formed. And that's what we think about retirement. Our perception is pretty warped. And that's why it's a state of confusion for a lot of people. A lot of people are very unhappy because when it comes to financial literacy, we haven't been taught, or we don't understand that retirement is income based. It is not a number. It is not a number, because that's like saying, James, you and I, we're going to leave Miami and we're going to plan a trip, a road trip to New York. And then as we driving, we say, oh man, we just turned 65. Let's stop. No, just because we're 65, we haven't made it to our goal. We haven't made it to our destiny. We haven't hit our mark yet.
Wait, Rob. But see, wait, Rob. What you're saying is they haven't gone that extra step to say, what is the next goal, Rob? What's the goal?
You're right.
At retirement, what's the goal? What's the goal? See, and people who quote unquote retire and think they have enough, with whatever that is, whatever that amount. Because I don't know what the amount is. I try not to deal with that. But if they're not broke, they're broken. Because they have no hope. Like I said, do you stop dreaming? Do you stop? You don't. Of course, I don't think people want to retire and say, okay, I'm ready to give up the ghost. No, but so again, Rob, help us to find a way of saying, before you even quote unquote try to put retirement in, what else would you love to do other than what you're doing? Because I really think that there's nothing wrong with having a job, but the job should, for me, a job should prepare you for you being, quote unquote, your own boss.
Right. You're 100% right. But like I said, those of y'all who just tuning in for the first time, and those of you who just tuning in late, we started the show off talking about just because you can't see something doesn't mean it doesn't exist. We also talked about perception and how, since we've been born, our perception on reality and life and things have been indirect. Well, I shouldn't say indirect. I would say unconsciously, because we didn't know, have been programmed for us to believe certain things. And there's a lot of things that are happening that we don't know of. So therefore, we don't believe that it even exists. So what we see mainly is all the bad stuff, what's happening, because they're programming. The people who bring this information to you, they are shaping your viewpoint, and it's making you depressed and making you feel bad. Those are all controllers of your perception. And every last one of us, you can't accept it. I mean, you can't escape it if you don't know what's happening, because you're being led to feel a certain way. You're being led to feel that, that's why suicide, a lot of people, their belief, their perception, something they've convinced themselves that there's no reason to live anymore. That's all perception. That's all perception. And that's very, very dangerous if you don't understand that just because you see something or don't see something doesn't mean, just because you don't see something don't mean it exists. we're talking about retirement even. And I said that most people think retirement is age based, but you couldn't be further from the truth. It's not age based. It really isn't, because I'm 67 years old. And I can't even dream of retiring. If for me to say that I'm going to stop doing what I'm doing right now, I'll be in the wilderness. I'll be running around like, oh Lord, I can't. Oh, I'll be in the wilderness, man. so
Rob,
so
I don't think few people close to you probably could put up with you if you if you weren't doing what you do. 'Cause what are you gonna be bugging somebody else?
right.
you know. But
So
Rob, do you think, or would you suggest that people have a realistic plan when and that's what the Innocent Financial Group does?
that's what we do.
Hey, helping you with a realistic plan. Not a dream, not a wish, not a hope, but a realistic plan.
And that's what we do. We see each individual, since retirement is not an age base, retirement is income based. I mean, if a bus driver, or let me use another example, if a custodian, a custodian, if a custodian who's been a custodian, for a school or whatever, says that his goal is he's going to retire at 65, and that custodian is your cousin, and you are an executive, and you say that you're going to retire at 65, and you guys are the same age, and that's your cousin. When you turn 65, he's going to turn 65. The difference is, when you turn 65, you should have way more money than him. You should have earned more money than him. Your standard of living probably would be, your house probably be bigger than him. If you make $500,000 a year and you retire at 65, if you did the right things, you're going to have more money in your retirement account. You're going to have more expenses, but your cost of living is going to be more. Forget you 65, because now he is a janitor. He always rented an apartment. He never owned a house. He spent every dime. He lived paycheck to paycheck. But he turned 65 the day you turned 65. So both of y'all said y'all going to retire. Who you think going to live happily ever after economically? Him or you? Boy, y'all both 65. So that tells you right there that just because you reach an age, that shouldn't dictate when you stop earning, and when you stop receiving, when you stop your standard of living stay still. Because even after you retire, if you plan on living for 20 years, everything is going to double in price. So if you retire, you ain't working no more, or if you retire at a certain age and you getting fixed income, you better hope you dead in 20 years. Because if you're not, you're going to be struggling. That's just math, because everything goes, all goods, services, rent, everything doubles in 20 to 24 years. It doubles because the system is calculated to increase 3% a year.
Minimum.
3% a year. Minimum 3% a year. 3% a year. When inflation is, and they say inflation is running at 5 and 6% a year, I mean, oh my God, things cost more money. That's why when people looking around and saying right now the economy is so bad, and they're saying, the steak used to cost $8, now it costs $13. That's inflation. So that means that it shouldn't, if a steak today costs $8 when you go in the grocery store, it shouldn't cost $13 for another 12 years. So right now, they're giving 12 years in the future prices right now. And you're like, we only making this amount of money. Now, y'all got inflation. Y'all doing the numbers like we 12 years in the future. We still here. It's still 2025. So when costs and things and goods and services start rising, you're like, y'all raising it. Y'all raising the rates. We haven't gotten there yet. We know everything gonna double. If you paying $3,000 a month for rent, we know in 20 years it's gonna be $6,000. That's it. because the person that owns that apartment unit, they have got to continue to raise their rates because the cost, electricity, everything, light, everything gonna cost them, so they got to pass it on to you. So if you don't understand, this is what I'm talking about right now. This is true financial literacy, and this is what people don't know. That's why you need to have a relationship with the Henderson Financial Group, just so we can give you understanding, man. At least it's like if you're gonna play bid whist or if you're gonna play spades, I mean, at least know just know how the game goes. The rules of the game, man. You can't just
Rob, and here's the amazing part about it. I know that people think that if other people are making millions of dollars, like they're safe. But if they're not playing by the rules, they too will find themselves because if their monies is not earning money for them, and if they have not set up a plan for that, hey, they too, because that budget of what they are quote unquote spending, where we may be spending all that we earn, and that earning could be whether it's 50,000, 100,000, 200,000. If the other person is doing the same thing, if they're spending more than they're earning and getting into credit, with those credit cards, getting into debt and have no budgeting or planning, they too will find themselves.
well,
we hear it all the time.
Well, it's just like, imagine all of us going to the casino and we go up to the poker table. Poker. Now, I admit, I don't know squat about poker. Do you think I have nerve to go up and take my money and sit there next to somebody and play poker and put my money up? Well, that's what we're doing. That's what people doing. People don't understand the game of life, retirement, savings, and investment, and we live in it. And matter of fact, we're all in a poker game, whether we like it or not, the game of life.
Even if you're not at the table.
Even if you're not at the table, but you still in it. It's called life. If you don't understand how to move and throw out and this and that, and you it's like playing chess. Can you imagine we're in the chess game. So it will behoove you, rather than just getting money because you're going to get paid and then continue to go to the poker table or getting paid and then continue to play chess. And even though you're playing checkers and you're not playing chess because it looked the same, that's what we're doing. So retirement is nowhere in the world it could be age-based. It's impossible for that to make sense. It has got to be income-based. Your income, what you need, your goals. Hey, you got 5 children, you got grandkids, you have no children, you by yourself. You live in Tupelo, Mississippi. You know what I mean? And you live in Miami. You live in Georgia. All that stuff changes. So it's not, they don't care about your age. You can't say, hey, I want to go and get this meal because of your age. I mean, if you're 65, they may give you some AARP discount, but you're going to pay. They sure ain't giving it at gas station. I don't care if you're a billionaire or if you're on minimum income. When you go to that gas station, everybody paying the same. So really, when people tell you, listen, I have never, the only people that have said, Robert, you work too much, to me, Robert, you work too much, it's broke people. I promise you. I did a study.
You did a study.
And the only people that ask me when I'm going to retire are people who are not rich or wealthy. Them the only people saying, Robert, when you going to retire? Because you can't understand. They don't understand that as long as you are breathing and have a pulse, you understand the game of life. You have to you should continue to produce income. And if you're not doing it, at least your investments in doing it. But I happen to like what I do. I am lucky. I really am. I'm blessed because I found my purpose. To me, this is not working. This is serving and helping and enlightening people who really don't know. So that's why I have joy in what I do. That's why I do it with such a passion. That's why I don't need no one to tell me to study this and learn this and that, because I am continually chasing it. Because I know that whatever I know right now, I don't know nothing. There's always more and more and more. What, hey Jane, what Brother Scott Malone said? He says, Brother Scott Malone just made a comment.
Oh, I can't see the comments, but
All right.
what do you
It
say?
says, straight out of the county, Perry, Georgia, building my financial conscience to be applied and passed along to others if they are receptive. My mama said, I can show you better than I can tell you. Boy. Hey, that's spot on. I see Scott Malone and me, Dr. Scott Malone and me. See, we have different mothers, but we have same fathers. We have an internal understanding. We understand life. We understand this poker game. We understand that good, better, best. Never let them rest until your good become your better. We could stop, but why? Because we know that we serve others. We could eat anytime we want to, but we understand. That's why we get along so well, because we understand. And I'm gonna tell you something. There are those of us that we just know. It's another brother or sister, whatever. It's like the God in us meet each other, and we know that we're there to help each other. We know, and we share. James T, we have the same. It's the same passion, it's the same feeling. We belong to the same Father. We're one of His.
and Rob, it's not sophisticated, it's not sexy, but it's powerful. The basic laws are just powerful if you would execute it.
Yeah.
I mean, that execution. You know, sometimes it sort of bothers me when you see people that have great potential, but they're doing it, like they said, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Okay, and maybe I shouldn't quote scripture or whatever, because one lady did jump on me. Oh, JHT, don't use scripture about that. But no, I'm just saying truth. So stop thinking what you're thinking, because if what you're thinking and what you're saying is not what you want in your life, hey, believe me, you're gonna get it. So change your mind, change your thinking. But finding people who are willing to share you in simplicity and tell you some simple things that may not make sense to you. Hey, I want to live my life. I want to be happy. Well, Dr. Carter used to say happiness is based on a happening. So once that happening has happened, now what? So if you got to have another happening, guess what that becomes, Rob? In order to be happy and for you to feel good, I think they call that addiction. So whatever it is that's bringing you that peace and that calmness, that's not according to a law, that's going to put you in a position so that you can not just be blessed but be a blessing. You got an addiction, but you've got to be willing to change. You've got to be willing to listen. You've got to be willing to learn. And Rob, that's the other part about it. It's not like we got all the answers there is. I tell people all the time, I don't care how much I know, we can all put it all together, and it doesn't. It's not even a part of all there is to be known. So, but take that we know and take that we learn, apply it so that we can earn more. And in earning more and having that simple, unsophisticated, not sexy thing called a plan or a budget. I mean, Rob, I think you used to throw out percentage. I think read somewhere, heard somewhere, 70% of people they don't even have a budget. They don't have a plan.
No, they don't. No, it's only 5% have a financial planner. Only 5% of people have a financial planner. But let me paint you a picture so people can see and give you an idea, because it's all about perception. Here's a guy, and I want to see if y'all see yourself in this person. If you say I'm just like that, or if you say no, I'm not like that. Here's a guy. This guy is 65 years old. This guy is 65 years old. He's worked for a tech company for over 20 years, technology company. This guy is not married, and he's 65. This guy has no children. He has nieces and nephews from his siblings having children, but him himself, he said he wanted to retire at age 65. Now, I look at his finances, and before he get out of bed, his retirement income from his pension, not from a 401k, no, because a 401k, when the stock market goes down, the value of your 401k and the principal is not protected. It goes down. You lose money. So his money is in a pension where it has nothing to do with the stock market. It's like it's like an annuity. It's guaranteed. It's a pension. I mean, he worked for a tech company and he put his money inside of their pension. They gave him a pension. So imagine this. This guy is 65 years old, doesn't have a wife, doesn't have any kids. Before he got out of bed, he's bringing in $10,000 a month. But his standard of living, all he needs is about $5,000 a month. And that takes care of all of his overhead expenses. His overhead expenses is about $5,000 a month, but he's bringing in $10,000 a month. This guy can retire because even though his standard of living is $5,000, he has a mechanism. He has a source that before he get out of bed is going to bring him $10,000. So it's double his money. He's 65. We know that in 20 to 25 years, his $5,000 budget is going to be, he's going to need all $10,000. So what he's doing right now, he's saying, Robert, I bring in $10,000. My only cost is $5,000. What do I do with his other $5,000? So now I take the $5,000, I put it inside a private pension, an annuity. An annuity means that he gonna put $5,000 a month. Now, when 20 years come by, that annuity gonna bring him another $10,000 a month, and he's still gonna be getting the old $10,000. Now, that guy can retire at age 65. You follow me? But is are y'all situation the same? Or do you still have a mortgage? Or do you still have a wife? Or do you have kids? Do you have grandkids? What is your budget? What is your standard of living? This is stuff you need to know before you retire. See, he came in and we say, I say, you can do it. Now, when he retires from his tech job, they're going to bring him $10,000 a month. He only need $5,000. He's going to, like I said, he's going to take the other one, not to spend it. Because some people, the average person will say, hey, man, I bring in $10,000. My overhead expense, everything, take care is $5,000. The other $5,000, I'm going to make it rain. I'm going to go be a player, because then if he does that, then remember in 20 to 24 years, his $5,000 he's going to need $10,000 in order to live the same lifestyle. And then that's all. And then he's only going to be 85 years old and he's going to be living like this. He's going to be on a budget. So he's planning ahead. He could retire not because of his age. He could retire because of the income that he received. That's why I'm trying to tell you all that retirement is not age-based. It's income-based. Just because your friends retire at 62. Listen, I have right now 45-year-olds come to my office and say, I say, when you want to retire? 55. I say, okay.
Tomorrow.
55. In 10 years, you want to retire. Okay, let's see how much you have. Well, right now, you don't have the amount of money that's going to allow you to live off your standard of living based on you living right now in 10 years. And if you want to do that, you got to hump, man. You can't just spend and go to the cruises and do all kind of stuff. Whatever you have, you got to be putting it away. You got to plant that seed. Now, because when you retire at age 55, you ain't getting Social Security because you got to be minimum 62. And you're not getting insurance, health insurance, because you got to be at least 65 to get that Medicare. Lord Jesus, I'm so glad I hit 65. Because right now, man, you can retire at age 45 or 55. Man, that health insurance is going to cost you $12, $15, $2,000 for one person. And that's what the whole shutdown is right now with the government. One side is saying the hell with that health insurance. The other side said, no, a lot of people are going to get hurt. They're going to be smothered because they ain't going to have any medical health insurance, and they're going to start dying because it's going to be so costly. That's what it's mainly about right now. Now, who should they fold? The Democrats say, hell, we're going to hold, and the Republicans say, hey, we need this money for other stuff. We ain't forget all that. Let them fend for themselves. I mean, so most people don't understand this because most people are just party driven. You got to understand this game of life. It's economics. It's poker. I mean, it's bid whist. I mean, it's chess. And you in it. You don't know how to play none of it. You better learn something.
Rob, most people don't realize if you don't tell your money where to go so that you can have it be, you can upkeep that lack of discipline will be your downfall in the future. Because, and they're going to be surprised, Rob, just because, and most people who are saying they want to retire at 55, they think they're going to be living like they're 45. Their health is going to be great. They're going to be, going to, uh, people are having weddings out of the country, and, they can travel. Man, come on, Rob. Not only does life change, but, our bodies change and demands more attention than we think that we're going to have if we don't exercise, if we don't eat right. And there's the quote unquote unknown.
A lot of stuff happening, James.
Unexpected. Unexpected. I didn't expect this to happen. I didn't expect that to happen. Come on, man. Yeah.
Hey, James, you saying all that was so real because you're living it real. And then some people have a nerve to be drunk.
No.
I'll be on drugs. I'll be on drugs and going through all this stuff.
Rob, I've been saying, and forgive me because I guess I'm not up with the trends, but I see people, Rob, walking around with the vapes, or is it called the vapes or whatever it is, around their neck, and
with no shame.
Smoking.
With no shame.
Wait, and they're not smoking a cigarette, but and that's every 30, 40 seconds. And I'm saying, wait a minute now.
And all this financial stuff going on about survival, healthcare, and they just vaping away.
But they feel good.
Temporarily.
They feel good. They're happy. But what's coming is, woo, wait a minute. It's that, as they said, falling is not what kills you. It's that sudden stop. If you're falling from that 4 or 5 story building, as long as you fall, if you keep falling, you'll be here.
When you hit,
when that sudden stop comes, a rude awakening. May not be even for you, but it's for others who will see you or the family. So Rob, help me out. Should they call you now, or should they get their paperwork together? Or should they really have a conversation with themselves and say, wait a minute, where am I? Oh, man, I love the song by the OJs. Who am I? Where am I financially? What do I need to do to prepare myself beyond what I believe I'm going to need? Rob, that's my whole, my whole life is... what I see, I believe I can get if I discipline myself, if I sacrifice. But I want that God has for me that goes beyond what I can ask, think, or imagine. And in order to prepare for that, I might need to get a bigger bucket. Rob, if my cup is full and my plate's running over, I need to get a bigger plate. I need a bigger cup. And I might even need to sit at a bigger table.
James,
So,
we have this at the Henderson Financial Group. We have this software, this computer software. It's called
uh-huh.
It's called the financial GPS that we use.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
It tells you what rate of return you should be earning on your investments in order for you to live the same lifestyle that you live in now when you get ready to retire.
Oh
And
man.
matter of fact, to continue your same lifestyle and your standard of living. It also, this software, the financial GPS that we have software, it also tell you based on your income, based on what you're saving, based on your standard of living and what you're spending, when it actually tell you when you can retire. Isn't that something?
Mm.
But it has nothing to do with age. It has something to do with your assets, what do you save? It's like a squirrel. You're eating your nuts.
Hey,
But
that
it's
now
gonna tell you how many nuts to save.
yeah, Miss Malone says, "Oh, I got perplexity. That perplexity will tell you that." but you need to call the Henderson Financial Group, folks.
Yeah,
You need to call
most
it.
people don't know how to work AI. Most people don't know how to work it. So it'll tell you, and it also tell you, the financial GPS software also tell you, if you keep on doing what you're doing and you don't do what you're supposed to do,
What it's gonna be like?
what it's gonna be like, what you got to cut back on, when you're gonna run out of money. It actually says when you're gonna run out of money and you're gonna be in the soup line. It actually tell you that. So it actually enlightens you. So I would think that you want to call the Henderson Financial Group and say, give me my data, run a financial GPS. Here's what I have. This is what it's like a GPS. You want to know, here I am right now. How do I get there? And what is the best route to take? If you take a GPS, you can put somebody's address in, and then you can it'll tell you, don't go that way because there's traffic, go this way. It actually tells you how to get there. But in order to use a GPS, you got to first put in where are you? Where your location.
Location.
So the financial GPS, in order you say where you want to go, it's going to say, okay, put in your data so we know what you're working with. Do you make $100,000 a year? Do you make $50,000 a year? Is you spend this or you spend that? What is your lifestyle right now and what you're making? It's going to tell you it's what your money should be growing at this amount. You shouldn't be taking a whole lot of risks at that. A lot of people, James, it's sad. A lot of people are taking chances with their financial future.
Ooh, Rob. But guess what they don't want to share with you?
What?
How much they owe on their credit card. How many credit cards they got. What kind of debt that they have. But they're saying they want to retire, Rob. And they're saying it's based on age. And you're saying, wait a minute, if you're earning this, but you owe this, and do you realize you need to stop spending? Now, can you imagine? Tell it. I think what story you told one time. The lady said, "Oh no, oh, no. People will come in, and when you tell them what they've got to do to get themselves right, oh no, not doing that.
I can't do that. I can't do that." You can tell somebody what they have to do. They go, "Oh no, I can't do that. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, you can't."
You can't. But Rob, you said because they want you to do hocus pocus. they want you to put them into a fund or a stock or some kind of packaging that's going to give them more money than they've ever made, so they can spend more than they've ever spent and have more than they've ever had. And then you're saying, no, you need to see a doctor. It's not a medical doctor.
A lot of people will say, well, Robert, I'm here in Miami, Florida, and I need to get to Perry, Georgia. I need to get to Perry, Georgia in 1 hour. And we say, okay, we can get you on the jet. We can put you in the plane. Oh, no, I can't fly. Okay, so let's look at how are we going to get you to Perry, Georgia? Because if you drive, we know it's going to be 7 to 8 hours. Oh, no, I can't drive either. Oh, well, I have somebody drive you. Oh, no, I don't want to be in no car. Okay, well, you don't want to be in a car and you don't want to fly. Well, I want you to figure it out. Well, hell,
Oh,
yeah. I mean, because if you can't fly, because you're afraid of flying, that's perception too, But you need to be in Perry. So
an
how we
hour.
gonna get you there? In an hour? How we gonna get you? We can't walk. That's out. We just haven't gotten to the stage of teleporting right now.
Right,
We're not
right.
there yet.
But it's coming. But it's coming.
The mechanism, everything on the planet is here, so we can do teleporting, but man hasn't got there consciously to figure it out yet. That's what life is about: change and growing. Everything we haven't. Teleporting will be here, but right now, mankind hasn't gotten there yet, hasn't advanced there yet. You understand? Everything that we have from this cell phone, remember, it used to be big, but consciously, some people figured it out. I made a lot of money off of it, but now it's getting slim and it's like a computer now. So you have to have realistic goals. So this lady, if she needs to get to Perry, driving or flying, she can't say, no, I can't do that, because we can't teleport her. So that means you got to compromise. And when you're trying to reach your goal, you have to make some adjustments if it ain't there. Sometimes you have to work longer than 65. You have to work to age 70. But at least get the information and get all your options that are available to you. People take too many chances. I'm going to tell you, 95% of people that have their money somewhere invested where they have no control, no liquidity, and got to pay taxes less. A lot of people put money in vehicles like that, the 401k plan. When this market crash, because it will crash. Now, some people say, Robert, how you know the market going to crash? I'm going to tell y'all how I know the market is going to crash. It's the same principle and concept that I know that day follows night. It's the same principle that I know that if we all go to a buffet and the food is just so good, oh my God, every time they put something out there, all this stuff is good. You've been to a buffet, just everything look good. And you just, they tell you eat all you could eat. And you just eat and you just eat and you just eat. You there all day eating. Tell me who's gonna be there all day eating, 8 hours, just eating. Tell me, what if they have no bathrooms? You gotta go to the bathroom. In the bathroom is called, in financial terms, it's called a correction. It has to pull back. It has to pull back. It only makes sense that it has to pull back. Me, if we keep on gaining weight and don't do nothing, don't get no Ozempic or whatever they got. If we just keep gaining weight, what do you think we're gonna get big as a house? When that happens, that's gonna put a lot of pressure on your organs and your heart. You ain't gonna live happily ever after. You ain't gonna be able to walk as well. You can't run. So that's excessive. That's why I know that it has to pull back. It has to. And I'm going to tell you, not only that, why it has to pull back. And you have all of your savings, all of your retirement in one investment. You can say you have mutual funds, ETFs, but it's all stocks. And it's all, I want to say gambling, but it's all unknown. When you want to retire and you're trying to amass a certain amount of money, you can't afford to lose no money. When you are 60 years old and over, if all of your money is in the market where you have no control, something can happen in the Middle East or the president can say something and the value of your money just disappear like that. You got to be out of your mind. You've got to say, listen, I need to put this money that I have earned, because I'm going to tell you something, in the last 10, 15, 20 years, the market has really, since Obama, the market has really went up. I mean, we had 46,000. It may hit 50,000, but I'm telling you, it has got to pull back. It has got to correct. Matter of fact, the people who invest in stocks, we wanted to correct. Okay, let me tell you why. Look at it this way. Y'all. If food prices and clothing prices and goods and service prices continue to rise, who going other than the rich and wealthy, how the poor people, how the middle class gonna afford it? So that's why that has to come down too. It's a principle. That's how I know it has to come down. Not only that, let me tell you who really like it to come down. Wealthy people, smart people. Let me tell you why. Who don't like a good sale? Who don't like a bargain? Name me one person who don't like a bargain. Name me one person who don't like a good sale. Warren Buffett became a billionaire off buying stuff on sale, meaning that when it pulls back. Think about that. What is it better to buy stuff high or is it buy it low? Poor people like to buy stuff high. They go into Macy's and Dillard's and all the stores and even they go into them stuff. As soon as they see something new, they put it out. Poor people do that. The smart people wait for it to go on sale, last act, discount. That's just the way it is. See, I don't buy a brand new car. I've never in my life bought a brand. Right now, we in 2025. There's no way in the world I would go buy a 2025 car. You know why? Because I'm smart. I know economics. Because soon as you drive it off, it loses 25% of its value. So I'll wait till somebody else drive it off. Or if it ain't sell in 2025, I'll wait to 2024. Oh, I may buy 2023. I get in that, it hadn't done in no mileage, and it smells new. That's smart money, and I could afford to buy anything I want to buy. But smart money always buys stuff on sale and discount. Now, I'm getting back to the stock market. If you're rich and wealthy, do you want to buy shares high, or you just hoping for them to drop? You just want a word to come out. You want somebody to say something. You want something to happen with a word. What the prices just drop. Because when the prices drop, the people who was in there when the price was high and they didn't sell, when they drop, they gonna sell. And they start selling, they're gonna get scared. That's just the mindset. And then the people who's waiting gonna buy low. Same thing about housing. Housing right now, housing is so high, expensive. But smart money just waiting. That's why Trump want to lower those interest rates. They want to pull back on the housing. When it pull back on the housing, the value, then the smart money gonna go in and buy. That's why I can tell you, you can't have all your money in the stock market. When you make money, you got to pull it out, and then you got to put it somewhere safe haven. What do you put it? You put it in cash value life insurance. If you can't qualify for cash value life insurance because of your illness, you put it into a guaranteed fixed annuity. Why would I put it in a fixed annuity? I don't like them variables. Variable annuities, I'm telling you something. If you got a Voya, if you got all these variable, you got to understand what kind of annuity you have. If you got a variable annuity, the advisor, you're paying a lot. When I tell somebody about a fixed guarantee annuity, the insurance company pay me one time and that's it. But if you do a variable, which most brokerages want you to do a variable, that's because it's like having gum on your shoe. They continue to get fees off you every year for the rest of the thing, the rest of the term, and it costs a lot. And a variable annuity, you pay anytime between 3-4% a year, and you don't know it and you don't see it. And like I told you at the beginning of the show, just because you don't see it don't mean it doesn't exist. But I like the guaranteed fixed annuities because you know what you're going to get on a fair. If they're going to pay you 5%, at least you know 5%, your money growing 5%, you can't lose. So you take some of that money off. Then I also like one of my favorites, the index annuity. Why I like the index fixed annuity? Because your principal is protected. But when the stock market go up, your money go up. When the stock market go down, it stay. Can you believe that? Man, everybody should have some of that inside of their retirement account. But do they? No, because Wall Street have their heads. Wall Street pays Congress to make sure they get at your money. Now, I just seen James on 60 Minutes. Listen, I just seen that they want to have venture capitalist hedge funds to have access to the American people retirement account.
Oh, wow. No, Rob.
Yeah. And telling them, hey, you can make more. You can make more than just the regular, selections on your 401k. Here, you can buy new issues. You can get into companies just starting out, and you can make money like the rich people. You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. That old fox. Listen. That Sly Fox always plays on people's minds. I always tell people, hey, man, hey. I like the devil, right? The devil, hey, you can have it all. Like the devil told Jesus, hey, forget all these people talking about saving them. Come serve me. You can have it all, Jesus, as far as you can see. Jesus said, nah, I'm good. James, you know, most people, when the devil come to you and say, do something, you can have all this. Most people say, the hell with them, devil, I'm going with you. I'm going to get all this, right? And you know, the funny thing about it is, when you do that, the devil always sham you in the end. Have you ever seen how when you do work for the devil negative, in the end, you always pay for it? You get slaughtered and burnt up too. You're like, oh, devil, I served you. You know what I mean? And why you think they call me the devil?
You knew I was a snake when you put me in your pocket. So now you're going to complain about me biting you.
Oh, man. Hey, we got Michael Jenkins all the way from Vietnam. My man, Michael Jenkins, boy, world traveler. Now, he saved his money. He'll scroll. He ain't eating all his nuts. He put some money away. Michael Jenkins, traveling the world. That's a good dude, man.
Shouts out.
What's up, Mike? In Vietnam.
Rob, two things that we would want to leave to the listeners for them to consider.
Oh, James, you froze up, man. Man, we got 2 minutes left and you froze up. James, you froze up, man. You just look like this. Snap out of it, James. Snap out of it. Snap out of it, James. Oh, Lord, y'all, Jesus. Oh, my God. Lord, please let James snap out of it. That is James. That's not a clone, y'all. I know AI is happening, but that is James T. He just froze up. But anyway, somebody else says, Daisy, shout out from Santos. Oh, my goodness. Man, we all over the world. We all over the world. I love it. I love it. I love y'all checking in like that, man. I really, really, really do. What's up, Rob? What's up, Mike? You doing it, brother? I'm proud of you, man. Take some pictures, man. I love that. All right, James T left. I don't know if he's gonna check back in, but you know, this I don't know, you know, this powers that be, the enemy in the sky, the technology. Maybe they just said they didn't like what he was about to say. Maybe he's getting ready to say something. I don't know. They said, hey, let's take James out, you know. But anyway, you got me. Listen, same time, same station. I hope you guys learned something. And what I was trying to really get you guys to understand, retirement is not age-based. It is income-based. Can you afford to? You have to know where you are. You can't just say, I want to do a number. Because remember now, they set the system up to you can't even start getting your money back from Social Security that you pay in every pay period. You see, you cannot start getting that back until age 62. So when you retire at 50 or 50, 55, you're not getting that. And then they set it up where your medical insurance, because you pay for that out of your paycheck. That's the whole FICA. That's the whole deductions. You pay for that. They say you can't get that until you're 65. Some of y'all ain't gonna make it till you're 65. So that's where you got to take care of your health. I always tell y'all, there's two places that you don't want to wind up. You got to focus on this, man. You don't want to be in that criminal penal system because that's a crap. Did y'all just see how Trump just let what the guy named just out of New York, Santos, just let him out? The guy just admitted that he did crime. Just you out. Commute your boy. I tell you, you don't want to be messed up in that penal system because it's not fair. Just don't do it. Don't do the crime, man. Stay away from that. Okay? Because it's not fair. And they control your life. You don't want to be in the penal system. The other place you don't want to be in, man, you got to take care of your health because you go to these hospitals. That's a business. Used to be really about, and you have some people in there that's really caring about you. Man, you ever went to a hospital and stayed there with a loved one overnight and see them shift changes? Them shift changes, you may have a good nurse. The next nurse from the next, they may be crazy as a bed bug. That stuff happens. So you definitely don't want to be there. You know what I mean? Let me see if we got James back here. We got you back, brother.
Rob,
we got you back.
That devil you were talking about.
Yeah. Oh man. You was doing pretty good for a minute there. And we started talking about the devil, and all of a sudden you just tuned you out, man. Just tuned you out, James. That's all right. All right. Who New Jersey NJ Gilbert. Yes. I always learn. Okay, I'm glad you did learn something. Who else? Daisy says, what you doing with my cousin James? Daisy, it ain't me. We started talking about the devil, there's that, and then he all of a sudden he disappeared. So I don't know. Hey, Daisy. Islam, we say hi Rob, Apple or IUL, which outperforms. Okay, so Islam say this Apple computer stock or IUL. Hey, Islam, listen, we like them both. We do. We like them both. You know, Apple, the last 10, 20 years, average 20% a year. We like that, but we also like the guarantees. We also like the guarantees and the protection of an IUL. IUL is Index Universal Life. And let me tell you something. Most people don't go to anybody to get your IUL because they don't know how to cook it. That's like going to anybody to cook your food. You can't eat everybody's food. You know that, right? James, can you eat everybody's food? I don't know if James can hear me, but you can't eat everybody's food. So you cannot go and just get an IUL from anybody. It has to be a particular cook, a particular chef that knows how to put the plan together based on your personal goals and objectives. Can you hear me, James? You can't hear me? I don't know. I can't, James, I can't hear you, man. James, you're going to wherever you was, man. You was doing good the whole show, and then all of a sudden, that devil is powerful, ain't it? But anyway, listen, we're at 10:03. I hope you guys learned something. And like I said, the point I was trying to make to you all is, number one, the Henderson Financial Group, we have a financial GPS system that can help you tell you not just your age, when you can retire and what you need to do in order to retire, how much you need to save in order to retire when you want to retire, not age-based. We have to look at your income, look at your asset, look at what you're working with. So we have a system to do that. And we have a system to say, if you keep on doing what you've been doing and you ignore all this, we can tell you exactly when you're going to go poop, when you're going to run out of money, and you're going to be in the soup line. We can actually tell you that. Now, some people don't want to know this. Some people just don't want to know. I understand that. Some people just don't want to know. I do understand that. And if you just don't want to know, hey, you're like the millions of people that don't want to know. You're like a ostrich. Just put the head in the sand or dig it when danger approaches. You know what ostriches do when lions approach it? Dig a hole and put his head in the hole because he feels like he can't see the danger. So they can't see it coming. It's okay. And some people say, I'm going to die anyway. And when you take that attitude, what if the lions pass you by? What if you live? The worst thing to do is be broke and still alive. Woo, woo. Here is some people that wish they was dead and can't die. The good Lord said, nah, you ain't dying yet. Woo, woo. What a bad feeling to wish you was dead and can't dead. And you're too scared to kill yourself. That's hell. Listen, I got to go. I hope you all learned something. We'll be back here Saturday, same time, same station. But I think a lot of you all should give us a call, 305-825-1444, so we can break it down to you and tell you some of the options that you have. If you're getting ready to retire, we'll tell you how much money you want to keep safe. Or even if you want to have an investment plan now, you in your 40s, you in your 30s, tell your children when you start out early, man. I tell you, I got a girl, man, she's 45 years old. Oh my God. She's saving her money. She going to be wealthy, 45 years old. What's she doing right now? So tell your friends, okay? You can't do this on your own because it takes a lot. Only reason why I can do it because it's my passion. It's my golf. I don't play golf. This is my golf. I don't know how to land. I can't do that fan dance. I can't do that, okay? But I can tell you about financial planning and retirement planning and strategies. I can tell you because I love it. It's my passion. I found my passion. So I'm gonna be doing this until I'm 95 years old. Unless they put me in a box. My daughter, she said, Dad, when are you gonna retire? I am retired. But I love this. So call 305-825-1444. That's our telephone number here. 305-825-1444. You can also go to our website. There's a lot of information on our website. And it's at www.the, you got to put the Henderson in front of it. www.thehendersonfinancialgroup.com. www.thehendersonfinancialgroup.com. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend and be safe. Much love to you. Peace. We'll make sure we get James back next week. Love y'all. Peace.